It's time to empower millions of disenfranchised stockholders. Here's how. Hello, I'm Steve Forbes, and this is What's Ahead, where you get the insights you need to better navigate these turbulent times. Tens of millions of people put some or all of their retirement and even non-retirement money in index funds. No wonder. They mimic various parts of the market and charge ultra-low fees, saving investors enormous amounts in expenses while giving them wide diversification. BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street together manage over $20 trillion in assets. An unintended consequence is that these firms and other fund managers now wield immense power over corporate America. They get to vote these shares, thereby influencing the makeup of boards of directors and the policies they pursue. Those three firms alone represent some 25% of all votes cast at annual meetings of companies and are the largest shareholders in more than 90% of the companies in the S&P 500. Larry Fink, the boss of BlackRock, who has long desired to become Treasury Secretary under a Democratic president, has been notorious in wielding this voting power to pressure companies to pursue particular policies he favors. Individual shareholders, whose money Fink oversees, are powerless. It's their money, but Fink controls how their shares are voted. This is in contrast to how shares owned by investors are treated in individual companies held in brokerage accounts or retirement accounts. In this case, shareholders receive proxy statements and get to vote their shares. Now, investors in index funds would get the same rights in a bill just proposed by Senator Dan Sullivan, Republican from Alaska. Under this legislation, index fund managers would have to vote proxies in accordance with the wishes of the actual shareholders. This would apply if the index fund owned 1% or more of shares in a company. Now, skeptics say shareholders wouldn't vote. They say many of them wouldn't vote. But so what? They should have the right to do so. And very importantly, if a shareholder doesn't vote, the fund manager would not be allowed to vote the shares instead. Sullivan's bill, dubbed the Index Act, Index stands for Investor Democracy as Expected, addresses a real problem of undeserved power, and for that reason should be immediately enacted. We've seen too many instances of public employee pension funds where investment decisions were made for political reasons rather than the best interests of the beneficiaries. I'm Steve Forbes. Thanks for listening. Do send in your comments and suggestions. I look forward to being with you soon again.